YouTube once again. This is me, Ozzy Osbourne, playing Kirby Nightmare Dreamland, and we're gonna continue playing without Kirby eating anything, because his doctor said to him, Kirby, you've got to stop doing so much cocaine. No, wait, that was my doctor.
Sorry. I was on my way home from hitting a couple golf balls today. Oh. Man. Could use this is the UFO that gives you the best ability in the game, and I can use it. Ow. And but I was on my way home today. It was a nice day out today, so I hit a couple golf balls at the driving range. And there was an interview on the radio because my Amazon Music has been acting up and I haven't been able to listen to it in the car. Oh, nice, I need this. So I was listening to the radio and the host was interviewing Ozzy Osbourne, which is cool. I love Ozzy Osbourne, love Black Sabbath, he's a legend, you know. But he's getting a little hard to understand. And the interview host would ask him questions, and he would answer with an entirely unrelated response. So like the host would ask him something like, now Ozzy, get up there, yes! Nice, okay, so we're gonna get it every time this time, just barely snuck up. Alright, so the radio host would be like, so Ozzy, Crazy Train was your first top 10 single, so why don't you tell us how you met Randy Rhoads?
Well, my kids are in the house, my wife's got the COVID, I've got 19 dogs, I can't get any peace and quiet, and I can't even go out because I don't want to wear the mask, because I hate wearing the mask, I can't even go to Target, so I smoke a little bit of weed.
It's complete gibberish. He would answer, he's already hard enough to understand, but he's even harder to understand when he's talking about something you weren't expecting him to talk about. So like, it was almost like, he would answer a question, it's like, he would answer, like, that question he was just asked, tell me how you met Randy Rhoads, but he would answer it later. Damn it. He would answer it later to a different question, so it's almost like they recorded, they asked him the question, he answered it, and then they just jumbled up all the responses, so later on he asked him, so Ozzy, they say that your father is the one who came up with Blizzard of Oz, is that true?
Well, it means cocaine. So I remember they said to me, this kid Randy's supposed to be really good, so I get a little smashed. I go into the room and he says, hey, what do you want me to play? I said, well, you play whatever you want. So, okay, he plugs his guitar in and I'm thinking to myself, either I'm completely smashed or this is the best thing I've ever heard. And it turns out it was both. I was completely smashed and it was the best thing I've ever heard.
And I don't claim to be doing that I'm good at doing an Ozzy Osbourne impression. In fact, I would say I'm terrible at it. Oh, man, this battle's a lot easier when these two get desynced. Sometimes they both threw it at me at the same time. Okay, this is gonna be easier now. When they're like this, then you can double up and it's easier to get out of the way. But I was listening to this interview and it just had me cracking up the whole car ride home. Once I got home, not while I was still in the car, I was like voice recording clips of myself and sending it to my group chat. And my friends are going, this isn't real, you're making this up. And I swear to God, it's as gibberish as I'm telling you it is right now. So you just heard Mr. Crowley, that's a pretty scary song if you know who Mr. Crowley is. Nailed it. That's a pretty scary song if you know who Mr. Crowley is.
Well, Donald Trump said he tells you to inject bleach into your veins, and some of these idiots are gonna do it. So anyway, here's Crazy Train.
My Ozzy impression was really starting to deteriorate there. I'm not very good at impressions. I used to do this thing with my friends where I would do intentionally inaccurate, and by that I mean just bad impressions of people. Ah, Chef Kawasaki got me. I'm really bad at this minigame. I would do impressions that are like, if I told you who it is, you'd know, you'd believe me, but you'd be like, I could kind of see it. I'll see. You're supposed to be able to shoot the fire here. Oh, I love Kirby's little hat. You can go into that. Hey, Kirby! Kirby! What? You got something to say? Get off my lawn! I do an impression where if I tell you who it is, you'll be like, I could see it. Nothing doing here. But if I didn't tell you, you'd probably never be able to guess them. And you know, it was kind of that was the whole joke, really. Like I wasn't gonna disclose this information, but it's funny, so I will. My original idea for this channel was to be Bernie Sanders playing video games. And I had a whole elaborate backstory with my semi-good, mostly bad Bernie Sanders impression. And I just decided it'd be too hard to keep the whole accent going for so long and talking about things that Bernie Sanders would conceivably but probably not talk about. Like, actually, the first thing I played was this game. I did it as a test run, and I didn't release it to the public, so unless if I gave you the link, you never saw it, and you never will, unless if I get really drunk and feel generous. Alright, 3 for 3. Oh man, I'm on a roll. So the first thing I actually played was this, and let me get into Bernie mode here. Hello, YouTube. It is I, Bernie Sanders, at the Kirby Museum, observing the two worst powers in the whole game, really. Like, your sleep just puts you to sleep. You just sit down and it's useless. It's useless. The ball though has its uses. I just don't like it. It's a little hard to control. But I'm playing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland because my stupid little nephew told me that I look like Kirby, and I said, nephew, go to your room. I call him nephew. I always forget the names. I got so many grandkids. And see, it's hard to keep it going. And I would write out whole elaborate like speeches and monologues as Bernie and it became really hard to play them, to do them at the same time as playing, because talking normally and just babbling about nonsense like I'm already doing is hard enough, but doing it as Bernie Sanders and reading a script while I did it it's look at those eyes. Oh. I never understood this enemy. It's an elephant that shoots apples at you. I don't understand because obviously they needed something for it to shoot so that you can do this if you don't have a power. I don't understand why they didn't just make it when it jumps up into the air that stars don't come out like they did with every single other big enemy in the game. Like it's shaking the whole screen. It makes sense that they would just do that. But this is the mini boss that gives you the throw ability. I'm sorry, big guy. When I was talking about the one that the beetle gives you, it's similar to the throw ability, where the beetle one gives you pick up the enemy, you launch at them, and then you can throw them in different directions, like a quick little throw. They'll fly off. 4 for 4, baby. They'll hit something and then it'll stop. With the throw one, you pick them and then you can aim your throw. You won't throw it immediately. So they're both very cool abilities. What was it called? Backdrop. That's not gonna have you today, Candy. The backdrop ability is like quicker, which is why it's my favorite. And the throw is really cool too. I really like both. But anyway, I was talking about Bernie Sanders. I had like whole monologues as Bernie Sanders. I even thought of, before I recorded this, I thought of doing Bernie Sanders as fasting, which, let me see if I can remember what I said. Get this guy. I think, okay, it went, hello YouTube. Today we're gonna be playing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. And, you know, Kirby's been looking a little, he's been looking a little pudgy around the waist. So I looked at his diet, and, you know, it consists of a lot of cakes and cookies and creepy little men. What'll do? You know, what'll do? He's a creepy little man. So, we're gonna clean up his diet, and we're gonna do some intermittent fasting. You know, my doctor told me about this.
It's the simplest diet in the world. You just don't eat. That's it. That's the whole diet. Anyone could do that. Kirby's gonna... Oh, Kirby.
Kirby... It's really hard to stay in characters. Oh, I actually did look it up. Because I remember last time I said, when I fought one of these battles, that there's really no story in this game, and I don't really know why Meta Knight's doing what he's doing. I looked it up, and I did want to talk about this. There is a story. To tell you the story of this game, let me give you a little backstory of the story for the game that came before it. The plot of the first game is everyone lives in Dreamland. Kirby and, you know, the other Kirbys, whoever, I don't know. King Dedede steals all their food. That's the plot of the game. But the funny part, Wikipedia describes Kirby as a spry little boy. Yeah, that's Kirby, a spry little boy. And... I don't know if I would... Kirby's a lot of things. I don't know if I would call him spry. But anyway, yeah, the plot of the first game is King Dedede steals the food. You go get the food back. King Dedede apologizes, blah, blah. Oh boy, this one's tricky. Gonna have to... Nope, get down. Oh. Whew, okay, I'm just gonna have to restart everything there for a minute. 5 for 5. Shit. Alright. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. I'm still batting 800. So the plot of the first game, Dedede steals the food, Kirby gets the food back. Meta Knight's not in that game. This is Meta Knight's first game. The plot of the second game, which they do explain to you at the beginning of the game if you don't hit the start button, which I just don't do, is that everyone takes a nap in Dreamland and has good dreams. And one day, everyone woke up and they didn't have dreams. Because Dedede was bathing in the Fountain of Dreams, which is where all the dreams are stored, I guess. And they were like, Dedede, what the hell? What are you doing? Where's the Star Rod? The Star Rod is what gives people dreams. And he went, oh, that? I broke it, and I gave it to my friends. Oh, this again. You know, I do snooze twice sometimes, so it makes sense that this guy would be back. But Meta Knight is just one of Dedede's friends that he gives a piece to, so they don't explain him. He's basically just another one of the bosses, like the tree and the painting, floating orange, those things. So later on in the series, they give him more of a backstory, his personality and everything. But at this point, he's kind of just a weird guy, and you don't know why he's. Oh, there's a hidden room in here somewhere, but wow, that was easier to find than I thought it was going to be. So he's really just another one of the bosses, but for some reason he seems to have a bigger role. And, you know, like in the anime and in the... Oh, what a waste of a Switch. Well, yes, I said Kirby anime, if you didn't know. Kirby has an anime called Kirby Right Back At Ya, which I think was one of the ones that, you know, me as kids, I don't know how old everyone watching this is. Me as a kid, at least, I think that was one of the ones that we could see on, like, Cartoon Network, you know, like the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes, those things. Let's see if I can get this guy to hop on here, because then maybe I could get a free extra life out of this. Come on over here. Right here, Rocky boy. Really taking your time. Okay, right here. Jump. Okay, he's not gonna do it. Those things do jump. I don't know how, but they do. But I guess he's not gonna do it, and I'm not gonna find out if that would even work. Alright, 5 for 6. No, my average is going down. But yeah, Kirby anime is called Kirby Right Back At Ya. And believe it or not, the graphic that I put up earlier in the first episode of Kirby looking strong with his headband on, that was Fighter Kirby from Kirby Right Back At Ya. Fighter Kirby is not actually in this game, but it is on the box art for some reason. Not sure why. This is probably the hardest boss for me to do without a superpower. Especially here, I could just pick up the jumping ones and shoot straight up, but instead I just gotta float. Well, this is a cool boss battle. I mean, it's the only one that has another phase like this, I think. Yeah. But he's just a tricky boss. All right, stay in the corner. Okay, so that won't hit me if I stay in the corner. And all right, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe I could just stay in the corner, and I'll shoot those at him when. Yeah, Alright, never mind. I thought this would be tough. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I'll just stay in the corner and shoot some of these at him. Alright. Never mind. Okay, I'll just stay over here. And, yeah. I don't know why I thought this one was definitely harder. I feel like I remember it being tricky, or maybe it's something about... No! I don't know why I do that. I have this habit where when the boss is coming, I just jump. If you've been paying attention, you've been seeing me doing it since the very first mini boss, the Poppy Bros. I was jumping when he would throw his bombs. Just it's a habit. What? Why did that hit me? It hasn't hit me any other time. I've been safe in the corner. Okay, whatever. But like the Poppy Bro would throw his bomb and then I would jump and suck it up in the air to get it, like... What? Why did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I have to do this whole thing again. Alright. I spoke too soon. I guess this one will be tricky. Well, not this part anyway. Okay. I wonder if they've ever explained why Kirby can float forever. I mean, I guess he's just flying, but... They changed that in later ones. I'm not sure. I haven't played the Kirby games between this and Kirby 64. Well, that's not true. I did play... Why? I don't get why it was... I don't get why that didn't work the first... Okay, I'm just gonna go over it now. I don't get why that was working before and isn't working now, but I haven't played Kirby's Dreamland 2 or 3. I did play a little bit of Kirby's Superstar. So I'm not sure how they were in Dreamland 2 and 3, but at least in Kirby 64, he can't float forever. He eventually runs out of breath and falls, which is more realistic, so I guess he's not... It's not that he's flying. Come on, one more. Give it to me, baby. No. Alright, that's fine, though. Just tickled him on the bottom a little bit. Just got it. Just at the bottom. Here's the Kirby dance. Alright, so that's... No, it's not the first boss I've died on. I died on the tree. Kirby? Kirby, don't you dare. Kirby? Come on, Kirby. Think of everything we've trained for. Put it... Okay, good. I know it's tough, Kirby, but we're gonna make it through this. But we're gonna call it a day for now. So, I'll see you next time. Peace out.